All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have some Los Angeles Lakers trade ideas. Now, this is like my favorite thing to do. If you guys follow my channel, if you guys enjoy my content, you guys know I love going, especially Lakers. I don't know, man. Oh my God, dude, there's a wasp nest outside my window. There's like 3 bees right now in like a triangle, probably orchestrating who to sting next. Just had to snap a quick picture, sorry. I love going through Laker trades just because it's like, dude, who made this? It's like, they're always like, what am I reading right now? And I have Russell Westbrook highlights playing in the back, and judging by the most likely title, oh my God, now there's 5. This is a Russell Westbrook to Laker video. And while I personally don't see this happening, why not go through some fun trade hypotheticals most likely made by Laker fans? Just because shout out to Laker fans, man. They will not give up when it comes to stars. They're just like Knicks fans and Celtics guys. I mean, when you're such a big market, you got to attract the biggest players. So, makes sense. This first trade, first reaction, Lakers receive Russell Westbrook. Wizards receive Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma, KCP, a 2023 second-round pick, and a 2024 second-round pick. Before I get into this video, actually, I want to say I don't think that a Russell Westbrook trade is crazy. In fact, I'm sure it's going to happen relatively soon. He's coming up. He's got a couple of years left on his contract. Honestly, he doesn't make, it's not that bad. If Russell Westbrook was a winner and had a track record of winning, it would be a pretty reasonable contract. The only thing is, you're on the rebuilding Washington Wizards. You're on the wrong side of 30. There's no way, unless they figure out a way to get a third star to pair him with Bradley Beal and Russ, there's just no way he stays, especially Scott Brooks is gone now. So I think a Russell Westbrook trade is in the cards. And then you got to, his contract is the only downside, just because you got to come up with about $40 million in order to make the salaries match. So, especially when you're dealing with a team like the Lakers who have a high salary, it's tough. And that's why you see all these fillers. I haven't gone through these trades, but I imagine KCP is going to be on most of them. I imagine Kyle Kuzma is going to be in most of them. The Lakers don't have much to work with, so that's why it's tough. But you got to keep in mind, when Russell Westbrook got traded, it was for John Wall and a first-round pick. So it's not like Russell Westbrook at this age is going to be requiring 4 first-round picks. It should be a relatively reasonable asking price because of how bad the contract is. So this first trade, I don't see this happening because I don't think Trez comes back to Los Angeles. So maybe in a sign and trade type of deal. This isn't actually that bad of a trade for the Washington Wizards because you'll get Trez, you'll get Kuzma, you'll get KCP, and they're all young. So you get a young group of players. The tough part is if I think the Wizards, if they're going to trade Russell Westbrook, I think that they're going to trade Bradley Beal. So they might just be in store for a big-ass rebuild, which is tough because I don't believe they have a good pick this year. Do they have a first-round pick? I imagine they have a first-round pick, but I'm not quite sure where it is. I know it's not top 5, so it's just unideal. All right, let's get into another one. This is Russell Westbrook, Lakers receive, and I believe this is the same exact trade. KCP, Montrezl Harrell, and Kyle Kuzma, and 2 second-round picks. That's because it is. Okay. Moving on. I guess this is the last trade that Russell Westbrook could come to the Lakers in. KCP, Kyle Kuzma, and THT on a sign-and-trade deal. Looks like the sign-and-trade was about $30 million for 3 years, so about $10 million a year. That's how you got to get the salary. So THT on a sign-and-trade is something also that shouldn't be out of the equation. In fact, I would say a THT sign-and-trade is way more likely than Montrezl Harrell. Honestly, just in general, even just talking about the Lakers trading, I think that that's way more realistic because THT has a lot of value. That's not to say Trez doesn't, former 6th man of the year. But there are, you'll see the rumors that like an executive thinks, oh, I'd max THT out. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of this is kind of smoke screens to trick around and play with the Lakers to pay him too much money. But THT at such a young age, he's 6'4", he's extremely long, he's a good slasher, he can shoot a little bit, he can defend like crazy. I think that if the Wizards were actually given this trade, you're getting Kyle Kuzma and THT on team-friendly contracts. Honestly, that is like that actually is not that far-fetched. The tough part about the Lakers is they can't really offer first-round picks. I mean, that's where you run into. And I think a team might be able to get more. Yeah, a team might be like better suited to get Russell Westbrook just because they might be willing to give up a first-round pick or maybe even another first-round pick. Russell Westbrook's going to have about $44 million left on his contract. So, honestly, Russell Westbrook coming to the Lakers, if you're a Laker fan, is probably really unlikely just because of the financial restrictions. However, when you really dig down and deep into it, he's got 2 years left on his contract, so it's not too bad. I could see the Lakers wanting to pull this trigger, and I could see the Wizards, you got 2 years left on Russell's contract. If you get a trade like this, KCP just kind of adds on to it. But unless there's a better offer out there, I wouldn't be surprised, man. THT, Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal, Denny, like Thomas Bryant, you could build around that. You can build around that. 31-year-old Russell Westbrook, or actually 32-year-old Russell Westbrook, maybe not so much. I'm not really sure what they were actually thinking when they wanted to get Russell Westbrook. If we got any Wizard fans in this video, please go ahead and comment why you guys traded for